Before we get started, the topic of this video is about weapons. Hi, I'm Erin Zettle. I'm a Family Literacy Center board member and a licensed attorney in the state of Michigan. I practice criminal law. We're creating these informational videos to help inform students about certain legal issues. This legal advice is very general advice. It isn't addressing any specific legal problem. It's also valid as of December of 2023. Laws change all the time. So look, we live in a rural community. I practice law in Lapeer and Tuscola counties. I get a lot of hunters, and what I get a lot of is weapons charges. Because somebody went hunting, they got done hunting, they tossed the shotgun in the back seat, and they went about their business, and then 3 days later, they got pulled over by the police, and there was the shotgun still in the back seat. Or they went rabbit hunting, they remembered to take the shotgun out, but they forgot to take the hunting knife. Here's your problem. Certain things, certain weapons, if you carry them in your car, unsecured, unlocked, and in certain areas of your vehicle, it's considered carrying a concealed weapon. That's a 5-year felony, which means that if you've got a knife and it's in a backpack and it's in the passenger side of your car, even if your grandpa always carried a knife like that, or your dad did, or anybody like that, you can, if you are stopped by the police and the car is searched or anything like that, you can be arrested and charged with carrying a concealed weapon, which is a felony. The biggest problem with a 5-year felony is there's not a lot of places for the prosecutor to go when they're negotiating a plea bargain. There's not a lot of misdemeanor places for the prosecutors to go, and weapons charges are not expungible. So, for safety's sake, any firearms, if you do not have a valid, up-to-date concealed pistol license, concealed carry license, any weapons need to be unloaded and locked in a case. Shotguns, rifles, handguns, any of those things, unloaded, locked in a case. Trunk, far away from you if it's in an SUV in the way back. But the thing I really want you to look for is ammunition should also be far away from you. And the thing that trips most people up, knives. If you have anything more than a single-edged little pocket knife, you know, the little one that you slide in your pocket and you carry around all the time, if you have anything bigger than that, anything double-edged, anything with a fixed blade, anything that's a switchblade, anything that has anything brass knuckly attached to it, that would be potentially considered under the concealed weapons statute, which means you can't just have it in your backpack or in your center console. You have to be careful with this. And I can't, in a 4 or 5 minute video, list all of the things that you can have and all of the things that you can't have. So I want you to be careful, and I want you to err on the side of caution, because it's much easier for you to toss all those things in a locked case in the back of the truck or in a locked bag in the back of the SUV than it is to get caught with them in your center console. Because it is so much easier when you're dealing with felony weapons charges to ask permission than forgiveness. And honestly, if you don't know, take a picture of it. Go up to the sheriff's department and say, hey man, what is this? Would this count? Here's how long it is. Just as a heads up, a dollar bill is 6 inches long. So if you put a dollar bill in your picture, they'll know how big it is. Ask the question, because otherwise you could end up with a 5-year felony. It is not worth it to just be able to have that specific knife in the center console. If you want to carry that knife in your center console, go get yourself a CPO. That's how you solve the problem. And then you get to have whatever you want around you because you've had the proper training and the proper licensing, and then the police don't care anymore. So wrapping up, here's another standard lawyer disclaimer. This isn't specific legal advice. If you have a legal problem, please consult an attorney. A lot of lawyers have free consultations.